Hate for Husband. Episode 1. Writer, Faisal Butt. On my wedding night, I did not let my husband come near me because I was in love with someone else. I bluntly told him that he was just a simple village boy. Hearing my words, he was shocked. He didn't say anything, just spread his prayer mat and started crying intensely. But I didn't feel even a shred of sympathy for him. I fell asleep. One day, he handed me some papers and said, "Don't open them now. Read them in the morning." When I woke up and opened the papers, I screamed in shock because inside them was, "After getting married, I had traveled for 10 long hours from my village to reach my husband's home. As a newlywed bride, I had to take a bus journey right after my departure. I sat silently throughout the trip, not uttering a single word. When I arrived at my in-laws' home in the village, they took me to my room. I was a well-educated girl with a BA degree. But my parents had forced me into this marriage with a village farmer against my will. What else could I do but cry over my fate? There was no excitement in my heart, only regret, pain, tears, and sorrow. When my husband, Ghulam Muhammad, entered the room, an intense feeling of disgust took over me. I gave him a cold glance and then looked away. He was dressed in a simple white shalwar kameez, had thick mustache and looked completely rustic. His broad smile revealed his entire set of teeth as he sat beside me. He gazed at me lovingly for a while. His way of looking at me felt utterly disgusting. I couldn't stand him even for a second. He finally said, "I am so lucky to have such a beautiful and educated wife like you." Knowing this, I shot him a sharp look and replied, "I am extremely unfortunate to have ended up with an uneducated, ignorant, and backward husband like you." His face turned pale at my words. He was already a bit dark-skinned and his 2 front teeth slightly stuck out. He probably never expected such blunt words. I was already full of venom. Despite my resistance, my parents had married me off to my cousin, a mere farmer from the village. Their justification was that he was a good, pious man and earned well, so I would be happy with him. But was happiness only about being a good and well-earning person? Didn't my mind was drowning in negative thoughts. A fire burned inside me and I couldn't control my words or tone. I wanted to unleash all my frustration on Ghulam Muhammad. He looked at me in shock and asked, "What's the matter? Did your aunt not let you choose your wedding items?" He thought that, like in my childhood, when my mother forced her choices on me, I was now expressing my frustration in the same way. If it were just about material things, maybe I could have tolerated it. But first, look at yourself in the mirror. Do you think you are worthy of being my husband? You have neither good looks nor education. My parents have ruined my life. I couldn't hold back anymore and burst into tears.